Hey, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Lakyrie, I'm sassy, and I'm here to talk about how you take care of yourself. Finally, right? I started off this channel with my testimony and kind of telling you all a bit about who I am and like my business stuff. And then there's my shorts as well, where I have the affirmations and that sort of thing. But uh, none of it really equaled up to how, like, anything has to do with self-care, right? So I'm going to finally get into that today and talk about the self-care. I have been reading this really awesome book on my prayer call that I do every Saturday. It's a prayer call full of women, and we come from different backgrounds and have very similar stories, no matter the age and the race. I just was gonna do the review on the book, and then I was like, wait a minute, wait a second, hold up. I gotta back up. I need to talk about the other stuff I've done, because if you don't do the mirror work and if you don't learn how to start healing and how to identify the root cause of what the issues are, then the book isn't going to be very helpful for you, because you have to kind of walk into that mindset. And so I want to talk about what it's like doing mirror work and learning how to heal God's way. A lot of people always say, and I even had a Christian life coach before this, but people say, just get a whole bunch of affirmations and then your confidence will be back and you'll start thinking positively and you'll start loving yourself. And can I just be 100% honest and real about that? It didn't work. And the more I journaled and the more positive affirmations I told myself, the worse things got. And was like, okay, well, this is like the most stupid exercise ever. This is dumb. This is just a whole bunch of new age crap. And if I wanted to do a bunch of affirmations to make myself feel good, then I could just go back into that lifestyle where it's like I'm depending on myself all over again, right? But the first thing I did, I had a bunch of praying that I was doing. And I was praying about things that I was discovering in my journaling sessions, like just journaling my day and talking about how angry something or someone made me, recognizing my emotions and that sort of thing. And that was the positive part to it, because I did kind of learn some things about myself while I was doing that. But like I said, I wasn't really getting very far. And it's just like the more I journaled, the worse and worse I felt. I wasn't becoming very confident at all. So, but either way, prayer is still very important, because when you learn kind of those things that you've been doing in the journaling, you could pray about it, and then God can begin to walk you through some of the things, and some things, ladies and gentlemen, he's going to take from you right away. You're going to learn how to deal with pride. You're going to learn how to deal with lack of confidence, slowly but surely. But like anything in life, it takes time, right? So, yes, prayer is very important. You're going to take your concerns to God, and little by little, he'll start to work with you. But the most beautiful thing about God is that he's going to accept you where you are, and you're going to just you get to start where you are. You don't have to be perfect overnight. You're not gonna stop being toxic overnight. But the one thing about journaling and sitting down and examining yourself is learning that you are toxic. And that is probably the most uncomfortable realization about yourself. But that's a part of doing the mirror work, right? In doing the inner work and learning how to do the inner healing and stuff, is that you're going to find out things about yourself that are very, very uncomfortable, and things about yourself that you don't want to admit, and you can't run from it. You have to release it. And God's going to slowly work with you about it over time. The second thing that I did, starting off in this inner healing journey, is that I identified the root of what the issue was. So a lot of the times, women who's dealing with, and men who's dealing with insecurity, a lot of it's generational. A lot of it is because we're dealing with mother wounds, we're dealing with father wounds, and I'll talk about that later on this channel. But it's generational, and a lot of the times, what we see as women especially is that it's modeled from our great-great-grandparents, and we learn to be an independent woman, and we learn how to get the material things and how to hustle, but we really struggle with a lot of the emotional stuff because nobody really sat down to work on the emotional stuff with us. And so and as a result, we don't really know how to love, we don't know how to receive love, we don't really know how to deal with things that will make us successful wives and husbands and that sort of thing. So I went back and I identified the root. I identified things in certain generational patterns that I had noticed about women and men in my family. And it made me angry. A lot of it really, really, really made me angry. A lot of it really made me upset because I don't know. I'm like, yeah, y'all have created a woman who don't know how to fend for herself and who's always, seeking the wrong people and don't know how to balance her emotions and all this stuff. So I was angry about it. And I, like I said, was doing life coaching, but the life coaching consisted of me jumping to affirmations and always journaling and stuff, and that stuff just didn't work for me, like I said before. So I was so upset one day that I scheduled a consultation for counseling, and something just told me like not to do it because it was just a hasty decision. And soon afterwards, my friend called me and she's like, no, that's not what God wants you to do. And the reason why you have to be careful about the type of counseling that you receive, guys, is because the counselor will have you mad and upset and focused on your family. Maybe your issue was with your mom. Maybe your issue was with your father. Maybe your issue was with, I don't know. A lot of the times it's with our parents, or whatever. So they'll make you focus on that, and you'll once again sit in counseling and just continue to be angry, and you will just continue to throw your issues back on them, and you don't want to do that because you want to heal and to go forward. You don't want to continue to stay stuck in the past, because a lot of the times, because the issues that we have is generational, our parents didn't know better. Our parents didn't understand. A lot of the times what they have done is harmful, that they've created an emotionalist monster on the inside of you. So this leads me to the third thing, and that's forgiveness. When I forgave people in my family that created the woman that I was, as far as not recognizing the value I brought to people in relationships. And I realized the roots, and I realized all the things. And I prayed and I forgave. It has made my relationship with my mom, everyone else in my family, a whole lot easier. So when it comes to my parents, I realize that it's not their fault completely. You know, their mom did it, and then their mom's mom did it, and so I forgave. And that's one thing that's very desirable to God too, is forgiveness and learning how to love people no matter what, and stop judging them and stop condemning them all the time, because God isn't always judging and condemning us. So I forgave, and I let go, and I continued to work on me. And the final thing that I did in my journey to inner healing is I wrote down, and God actually gave me this assignment, and the other women this assignment that were around me, but I wrote down things that I really liked about myself, not things that people have told me about me, not things that, I don't know, I Googled about my sun sign or anything. These are actual things that I really enjoyed about myself. And it was about 5 things. At most, when you're insecure and you lack confidence, you're probably going to only have 3. That's okay. Just starting with something as small as I like different ethnic foods. I'm outgoing, right? I'm whatever the adjective is about yourself, whatever words you want to use to describe yourself, go for it. Those are the things that that you really enjoy about yourself. It doesn't matter how small or how large, whatever. Just write those things down. And you all, I think I had like a list of 5 or 6, and I finally got to the 6th one, and I felt a shift in my spirit. I felt a shift in the atmosphere, and it allowed me to get my spark back. I'm like, I was like, okay, thing I like about myself is that I dare to dream. I go for what I want, and that set me free. And here I am today. So, yeah, that's the main thing, you all. Sit down and write things about yourself that you like, and then once you do that, then you can focus on the positive affirmations and truly believe that you are beautiful, that you're confident, that you are secure within yourself, right? That's the only way you'll truly believe that. So anyway, guys, that's today's video. I hope you really enjoyed learning about just how to get started with the inner work. It's a journey, you all. It's never ending. And it may take years before you are completely healed, because there are multiple layers to this process, and I'll just continue to talk about my journey, but there's multiple layers, there's multiple parts There's multiple things that you have to unpack. There's also conversations that have to be had. You may have to come to peace with the fact that certain people aren't going to be who you would like them to be. It's a whole bunch of parts that go to this. And so I'm going to continue to talk about my journey, but this is pretty much how I got it started. And this is how I did it God's way. The world has their way, but this is God's way. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another one soon, later, something. I don't know. Anyways, bye, guys.